Hello, all my JUKI friends. My name is Alba. Welcome to the JUKI studio. Today, I am going to do one of those quick, easy, fun projects that I rely on year-round, but especially now during the holidays, I really like quick, easy projects. Things get too hectic and chaotic, and what I am going to be sharing with you is making a little gift tag holder. I hold my business cards in it. It's large enough that you could add several cards in there. So your driver's license, a credit card, maybe a little bit of cash, throw it in your back pocket and you could run. That's what I love about this. And if I'm giving a gift card, I like that this makes it a bit more personal, that I've added a little bit of me into a very impersonal gift. Now, I've been making a lot of handbags and wallets and all kinds of things like that, and I wind up with a lot of scraps. And this is really good for utilizing those scraps. So here I've used cork, and this is a cork fabric. It's fabric backed with cork on the front, and there are so many varieties of cork. And with all three of the fabrics I am going over, this is a non-woven, non-fraying fabric. So I would definitely not do this with burlap or quilter's cotton. The other fabric that I like to use for this is a fabric called Cordova. It has almost like a vinyl backing to it. And this is the fabric, if you've ever bought a backpack, this is material that they make backpacks with. And then I'm showing you some vinyl. Now this is a faux leather vinyl, a little bit thicker, and I've used this for tote bags, handbags, all kinds of different projects. This happens to be an alligator embossed. I love my alligator and crocodile embossed. And here are a couple more that I've made. So this one is all with that leather-like material. And here I've combined the Cordova and the leather. Today I'm going to be working with the cork and showing you how to make this quick, easy project. But first, let me tell you the materials needed. For each one, you will need 2 squares 3 by 3 and 2 squares 3 by 4. This is what I like about this, because you can mix and match materials, and you usually have scraps left over in these sizes when you're making especially handbags and wallets. Now today I am going to be sewing on my TL18 QVP. I told you I was making handbags. This is my preferred bag, preferred machine when I make handbags. On the machine, I have swapped out the standard foot for the narrow hinged zipper foot. Now this is optional. The reason I like this foot, I'm not putting in a zipper, but I am doing really close edge stitching, and this gives me a nice narrow width so I could use the width of the foot as my guide. So are we ready to get started? The other thing that could be helpful is a glue stick, just to hold things together. So I'm going to make a little bit of room, and I said we needed 2 pieces of the 3 by 3, and all I'm going to do with that is just run a little bit, and this is a craft glue, nothing special, what your children would use on school projects. And I'm doing some glue on one side, and I am putting 2 pieces together, wrong sides together. So I have the pretty side showing on both sides. And this is just to keep the pieces together. I'm going to put my hand on that with a little bit of pressure. The heat from my hand will get that to stick and set. And with this project, you'll notice that I'm going to show you on the gray and black. On one of them, I curved the piece in the front. And one I left straight. So either way, it's however you like it. And I sometimes do a little bit of both. So this is the front. Now I'm going to get two pieces and do the same thing. And this time it is the 3x4 piece. And I'm just going to run a little bit of glue. And I'm running along that outer edge, maybe a little in the center. And as I said, this just keeps everything in place for me and just lets it be a little bit easier. So here I have my 4x4 piece, 4x3 rather, and my 3x3 right in front of it. So now, believe it or not, I'm almost done. When I said it was quick and easy, I meant it. We are going to go to the machine, and I'm using black thread. You could use a contrasting thread, a complementary thread. I think adding a fun pop of color like a lime green or a turquoise would be wonderful. But I am going to stitch all around, and the first thing I'm going to do is stitch one edge of that small piece. Now I'm lining up my foot with the edge, and I am just sewing going across. And I have my top stitching done going across, and now I could do that top stitching all around. My stitch length is at 3.5, and I like a little bit of a longer stitch length when I am working with these heavier fabrics. Now, if you want to use clips, you can do that. I would not necessarily use pins on this. I would stick to clips if you need to secure. And I am just going all around. And I am going. It is finishing up that easily, that quickly. And just like that, I have a little gift. And of course you would trim your threads, but just that easily. Look at how quick and easy. I have something that'll hold a gift card, and then later on, as I said, I like to have this. Sometimes I just need to run out real quick and I want my license, a credit card, some cash. I put this in my back pocket and out the door I go. Just so quick and easy. I hope you enjoy this. Let me see pictures of what you create. Until next time, bye-bye.